I'm going to quickly make this recording because I know that at some point I'm going to need to make this recording because of just the way everything is set up around me with the people, the gang stalkers, the sociopaths, the criminals, etc., etc. The people on the internet, all these vices, all these control mechanisms. Okay, so what I've learned about modern American Christianity, from what I can tell, is that it's about people caring about the stupidest stuff you've ever heard of. Literally the stupidest stuff. So there's a TikTok going around, and they're asking people whether Jeffrey Dahmer was saved. Okay, who cares? Who cares? That's what the system is programming us to think about, because we have real problems. So when I talk about Christianity, I'm under the assumption that people are going to go out and save the world or do these things. And one of the commenters on my channel was like, "Why do you expect them to do these things? We could be paying attention to whether Jeffrey Dahmer went to heaven or not. That seems more important." The TI community. Why would the church or the Christians care about the TI community? What about Jeffrey Dahmer? Is he in heaven? Is he going to go to heaven? Isn't that more important? Isn't that more important? That's like every Christian I've ever met. That's every Christian I've ever met. They talk about whether a serial killer was saved. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? He went to jail. He's going to go to jail. So what? But it's just like the ones out here. Like when you go to church, I'm telling you, when you go to church, it is so like that. Like, I don't know. I think Christianity is a government psyops at this point. At least the white Christian male version of it, or the American version, I should say, is a psyops. I was like, Christianity is a psyops. Okay, this is why it's meant to distract us, man. Like, that's why I was like, when I posted the initial vlog about talking about this, and a guy comes on in my channel, I don't know, or maybe he subscribed to me. He basically says, "Well, what do you want the church to do about it?" You see that? You guys are feeling this, right? Like, these people say, "Oh, Jeffrey Dahmer, oh yeah," like out of all the problems, they'll say that, and people are starving. That's what they're thinking about. That's what they want us to think about. Who cares? Who cares? Like, instead of going out and saving the world, I would see all these TikToks telling people to care about whether Jeffrey Dahmer was saved. I was like, I literally could care less. What business is it of mine if he's saved? Like, he said some Christian passage. So what? So what? I mean, well, okay. Well, I care about as much about whether he's saved or not as any old person on the street. You don't hear me seeing some guy lying on the side of the road and having this whole conversation about whether he's saved. Like, think about it. You see some guy just riding on the side of the road, and I'm gonna just have 50 Christians talking about whether this guy's saved or not. He's just riding on the side of the road. I see, and we're gonna just talk about that for a week, okay? These people, you see these people, man. This is why I can't even go to church. Like, I thought about it. I was like, you know what? I just can't do it. I can't do it, people. It's so ridiculous at this point. It's a circus. It's a circus. It is. I deal with these. No wonder all of them are gang stalking. No wonder they're gang stalking. It makes a lot more sense when you hear about their talking points, like the most ridiculous talking points I've ever heard. So the only thing, how much money could they raise because they don't like abortion? How much money could they raise for that? Are the NRA? And the only thing I hear is them complaining about how terrible the world is, and all of their resources are invested in stopping abortion or supporting gun rights or talking about whether a serial killer was one of them or not. And they know about the TIs, they know about oppression, they know about all these terrible things, and they can do something about it. It's the distraction. It's the distractions. That's why I said, gang stalking is I think in a lot of ways about distraction as well. They want to keep you distracted. They talk about these stupid talking points, so we're not looking at what they're doing, like the fact that they're not helping people. Nobody is even talking about the fact that they're not helping people. Instead, we're all talking about whether an abortion is going to be passed or something, and that's where their money goes to. How many millions of dollars? You see these people. I was like, well, I'll put it to you like this: if you could be saved, he certainly can be. Because I don't know, there may not be a big difference between Jeffrey Dahmer and you. To be honest, let's be honest about that, okay? There may not be any difference. He's one of you. He might be one of you. I mean, if your version of Christianity, I suppose any serial killer, anybody could just be saved, and you could be saved. At this point, I'm thinking anybody can be saved, and they can be saved. That's why, so many hungry people. There's so many hungry people. And trust me when I tell you, if you're hungry, they're not giving you a burrito. You're going to be hungry for a very long time. But let's talk about Jeffrey Dahmer. Let's talk about whether he was saved. Why we should care, I have no idea. Why we should care? I care about as much about whether he's saved as a person dying on the side of the road. I mean, really. Like I could find somebody digging out a garbage can, whether he's saved or not. I don't know why we're talking about this guy. These are some people I was like, I'm gonna tell you what, I'm gonna pray for them, because they seem to need it. I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna go to church and show them some real prayer. They may have never seen it before. They go their whole lives never seeing it. Something's wrong with them. I was like, something's wrong. Something is definitely wrong with this situation here, people. That's why I said, I don't want to talk about the Bible anymore. They got in me to the point where I literally don't even want to talk about it. As a matter of fact, I think I'm not even going to tell people what my religious belief is at this point. I just can't be affiliated with them. I can't, because we are nothing alike. I don't use the title Christianity anymore. I've abandoned that title. And in a lot of ways, they make you not want to be that. Like, we need to come up with our own title. Like, I'm not going to be called Christian if that's what they are. I'm going to have to come up with a new title, because I'm looking at these people, and there's like no way they're going to box all of us in the same box. They're not. We need to have a new title. That's why if I ever start a religion, if I ever get to the point where I can start a religion, I'm coming up with a whole new title, dude. We can't use it. They have soiled it. They'll start thinking we're like them. And, people will be like, dude, they'll just be angry that we even showed up. They'll be annoyed by us. They'll be like, ooh, they're so turned off by us. They don't even want to deal with us anymore. They remembered all the people who starved under our watch. All the people who starved while we were investing energy into Jeffrey Dahmer's salvation. Okay, like, why? I just don't get it. I really don't get him. Whether he was saved. I said, well, who knows? Who knows? A lot of people, I don't know whether this person saved. Let's talk about that for a while. Let's talk about, I'm gonna go in that tire store and ask if this guy's saved. Let's have a whole conversation about that. It'd be like 200 people all going over that, like the theologians of old, man. This is so ridiculous. I have to get out of here. I have to, this is why the religion is dying. It's sad, really. Anyhow, I just figured I'd cover that, because, the gang stalkers eventually, you have no idea how much stuff they insert into my world. So anyhow, let me go ahead and close with that.